Hey guys, so it's been a few days since I have done a video. I actually went out of town and went back to my hometown in East Texas and visited family for Easter. It was a great getaway. I needed it so much. I always love getting together with family. And my cat Tigger is in here playing with an Easter egg, as a matter of fact. So if you hear a noise in the background, it is probably him. So today I'm going to do something really light and neutral. I actually did a look yesterday and I did not record it, and I really wish I would have. It turned out so pretty, and I'm kind of going to use a lot of the same colors that I did yesterday, but I'm going to make it a lot less dramatic because it was super dramatic, super smoky, and big winged eyeliner. It was really, really pretty though. So today I'm just going to start out by priming my lids. I'm just going to use concealer today because I want my eyelids to be all one color. I do not want to have, as you can tell, my eyelids are a different color from my actual skin. So I want to make sure these are everything is blended in all one color before I ever start. Cover up all those dark spots that I have on my eyes. And I really hope to be getting a camera sometime soon, or at least getting an editing software. I'm sorry that you guys have to watch like 30-minute videos, because I know it is so frustrating and so annoying, and a lot of people really cannot, spend that much time watching a video on YouTube. And I promise to at least attempt to have that taken care of within the next few months. But I will try to at least do one eye and then pause while I do the other eye, so that at least you don't have to watch both eyes and everything in between. So I'm just going to take my concealer brush or cream eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to apply the creamy eyeshadow from Mary Kay. This one is Beach Blonde. And I'm just going to put that on the inner portion of my eyelid and just feather it all the way out to the other end of my eyelid. But I want it to be really concentrated right there on the inner portion, because we're going to use a pigment, and I really want to give that a base, something to actually stick to. Okay. Alright, so I went and I feel awful about it. I really, really do. A lot of the colors that I'm really loving this spring, Mary Kay does not have. They're pinks and things like that are not as pigmented as what I like. That does not mean I do not love my job, do not love my products, because I absolutely 100% do. I just really needed some things that were a little bit deeper. So some of the products that I'm using in the video are not Mary Kay. They are drugstore. I will not buy anything high-end unless it is Mary Kay. So, but today I'm going to use, I believe this one is Cinnabar. It's just a matte, like, taupey color. And I'm going to create my angle in my crease right here. And I'm just using my it's medium angled blending brush. It's the E70 from Sigma. And I'm just going to start shading right through here just to get that contour and to give that shadow right there in my crease. Now, ladies with hooded eyes, if you do not have a crease, move up above that and start your crease and your shadow up here to give the illusion of a higher crease. But I'm just going to place that there, and then I'm just going to flip it upright and I'm just going to blend it out to where it doesn't have any harsh lines or edges. All right. Okay. Now I've got both eyes done, and I did look, and the name of that eyeshadow was Sienna and not Cinnabar. Okay, and now I'm just going to go in with my eye shading brush. It's the E55 from Sigma, and I'm going to take, this is a Wet n Wild color. I can't remember the name of it because I peeled all the stickers off on accident. But these are like 99 cents at the drugstore. I'm really not sure how deep they go. They are a little bit creamy. They don't have a super high pigmentation, but they are really pretty. And I'm just going to concentrate that on the outer corner of my eyelid. Okay, sorry. Alright, so I'm just going to take this color and I'm just going to pack this onto the outer portion of my eyelid. As I said, this stuff is kind of creamy. I've never really used an eyeshadow with this kind of texture, but and it's not super high pigmented, but since I'm just going for a neutral kind of look today, I'm not really too worried about having really bold eyes. As I said, this is just going to be a spring kind of neutral out the door look for every day. So it's kind of like a rosy purpley color. It's really, really pretty. So yeah, just focus that right there on the outer portion of your eyelid. And because this is kind of creamy, I'm not really able to pat the product on. I'm kind of having to pat and sweep at the same time. Like I said, I've never really used this kind of a formula before. It's a first for everything. And just blending it up into that contour color that you have up there, your crease color. It does seem like it has a bit of, it is kind of buildable. So, and like I said, if you rub it, it actually gives a little bit more pigmentation than if you pat, which is kind of different for me, but. Alright, so I'm just going to continue trying to get this on to the intensity that I want it, but to save time for my video, I'm going to put you on pause for that. Okay, so now that I have the pink to the intensity that I want it, now I'm just going to take, this is the Color Tattoo Pure Pigments 24 Hour in the color, I don't know the color. This one is Barely Brazen. So it's just like a light champagne-y color. And I'm just going to take this, and if you need to add, I did dab a little bit more of the cream eyeshadow right there in the corners of my eye. So I'm just going to take my flat shader brush, and I'm just going to pack that color on right there on the inner corner, and then just blend it out into that pink. I do like these champagne pigments because they're really nice, especially like if you're just wanting just a simple everyday look and you don't even want to go into the depth of like what I'm doing today. You can just seriously put this on your eyelid, put some mascara and some eyeliner on, and you can go out the door because it does give you the look of having eyeshadow on, but it just gives you that glistening, shimmery, pretty. It is so pretty. So, okay, once you have built it up to the consistency that you want, now we're just going to go in and blend everything out. I probably will not video this part just for sake of time. I'm tired of having 30-minute videos like all the time. It gets ridiculous, and I know that people don't like to watch that, and we're already a little over 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my E40 tapered blending brush from Sigma, and I'm going to take a little bit more, I cannot talk today, of that sienna, our contour color. I'm just going to take a very, very little bit of that onto my brush, like that, and I'm going to work it back and forth, and I'm going to blend out all those colors and make sure that they blend nice and smooth and easy, and then we'll move on to highlighting and foundation. Okay, so now that I've got all that blended out, now I'm just going to go in with, I'm just going to go in with the highlighter shade that I always use, the Crystalline. This one right here. This one is a really, really good highlighter shade for pretty much any skin tone. I haven't found any client that it does not work on. So I'm just going to go right below my brow bone with this. And then I'm going to take my blending brush and just go ahead and blend over the contour all the way up into the highlight so that it all blends really nice and there's no harsh edges. I'm telling you guys, I sound like I cannot talk today. Okay, now when you go over and you blend things, you have a tendency to have to go back and deepen up your pigment just a little bit. And that is when I would go in with my makeup setting spray and spray my brush and then put the pigment and pack it on. But real quick, I'm going to go ahead and take that sienna on my pencil brush. And I'm just going to line my bottom lash line on the outer portion of my eye. And I'm just going to smudge it under there. And that's just going to bring everything together. Just leave the inner tear duct open and clean because we're going to use a nude eyeliner. I've been watching people on YouTube do this so much. So I went to the drugstore. It took me a while, but I finally found a really pretty, I got a nude, I got a rose gold, I got a purple, and I got a blue. So pretty. And I know what you're thinking. Blue, really? But OMG. Gorgeous. Let me move this light down just a wee bit. Okay. So, as I said, just go right here and line your bottom lash line. And then you're just going to blend it out. Okay. Now that I've got that done, now is when I'm going to go in and I am going to deepen up that pigment just a little bit, and then I will be right back. Okay, so this is, let me see the name of this one. Okay, it's by L'Oreal Paris. I can't really see the name of it because it's in like super shiny metallic. I don't know, but basically it's just like this really pretty rose gold color. And I'm just going to go ahead and line my waterline with this. This is going to open up and brighten up your eyes and make them look bigger and give you that doe-eyed effect. And this pencil is like super smooth. I was really worried because it was so pretty and I was like, it's probably not even going to go on. Alright, I'm also going to go ahead and do my upper tear duct. I'm not going to worry about the bottom one until we are done with foundation. But just go ahead and come right in here and get that tear duct area highlighted really nice. And then we will come in later and we're going to go ahead and line the bottom lash line right in here. And that's just going to really brighten and open up everything. As you can see, it's not a real dramatic eye. It's very light, very springy. Okay, now for liner. Now this, of course, is where I get dramatic, is with my gel liner. So I'm going to try not to go too overboard with this, even though I always tend to. I love to do a winged eye, but I am going to try to tone it down just a little bit for this look because I feel like this look is so elegant and so pretty. Like, you don't even have to have a big wing for this one. And I'm sorry, my hair is looking all kinds of just awful today. I'm sorry, ladies, you're just going to have to accept me for me. So, I'm just going to start right here. And just line my upper lash line. And like I said, I'm not doing much of a wing at all today. Okay, so I'm going to put y'all on pause again to do the other eye, but you can see what this one looks like. I did not go all the way out. I'm not going to go dramatic today. Okay, so I went in and I did my other eye. Like I said, no dramatic eyes today, but I am going to go in because I feel like I'm not used to using a light color on my waterline to open it up. I love how it looks, but I'm going to deepen up my waterline a bit. I mean my lower lash line. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a matte black shadow and I'm going to go along on top of that sienna. And I'm just going to darken up my lower lash line. And I'm only going to bring it about 3/4 of a way in. So I'm just using my pencil brush, but you could also use like a small angle brush to do this. It kind of depends on what your preference is. A pencil brush is a lot easier for like smoking it out and blending it out really, really nice. Lower lash lines tend to be a little bit more difficult, I guess, to deal with. I really like the pencil brush, but the angled brush does work really, really well. So like I said, I'm not going over dramatic. I'm just going to go enough where I feel like you can see my bottom lash line. Since I do not have very good lashes down there, I just feel like if I don't do this, I feel like I look dead. So, we don't want that. Alright, now moving on to foundation. As always, I will be using my F80 Kabuki brush and my CC cream in light to medium. ladies, if I'm telling you, if you have not tried this CC cream yet, you really should find, even if it's a BB cream, another CC cream that's not by Mary Kay. Of course, I'm going to recommend Mary Kay because I love their products. But especially for the spring and summertime, where you don't want this like really heavy, cakey foundation, this stuff works really, really well. And I have a huge monster right here. I don't know where he came from. He like popped up overnight. So, you know, I mean, this does not give you like a full coverage, but it is buildable. I mean, you're not going to get like uber coverage from it, but it is buildable a little bit. So you can always add more. But to me, during the summertime and springtime, less is more. I don't really want a big, heavy face. I don't want to feel like I have overdone my foundation. And I have 3 boys at home, so chasing them around outside and things like that just does not call for war paint. Okay. And my poor mother-in-law saw me using this the other day. I actually did her makeup. And she saw me using this and she was like, "Why are you using a brush to put on your liquid foundation?" She was like, "I would think a brush would make it look so nasty." And once I got done, she was like, "Oh, it looks really, really nice." I said, technically it's better to use a brush. I don't necessarily recommend this one. I actually use this one for like concealer or something like that. So, okay. So I finished my foundation. Now I'm just going to go in and do my concealer on this monster and underneath my eyes. But I'm going to put y'all on pause since y'all have seen me do it so many times, and I will be right back. Okay. So now I have finished my concealer underneath my eyes, also a little bit down my nose, and right here on my forehead. So now you can go in with your translucent powder and just to set everything and make sure everything's nice and it's not going to move around. I did not use my highlighting pen or anything. Like I said, I'm keeping it fairly simple today. And you see my little friend. Sorry.